All right, welcome back. It's been a bit of a hiatus from the streams, but we are back for some more Bring to Light. This past weekend, I was in SEG Syracuse. I finished 8-7, so missed cashing by a win. Played a fun Legacy deck. I really like Legacy, but we're back to streaming Modern for prep for my MCQ this weekend. So, where are we gonna start? So I figured that we already have a solid base for the old Bring to Light list. So I figured it's a good opportunity to see if this card, Arcum's Astrolabe, is actually the deal, the real deal. So playing kind of a similar list. We are going to be playing 4 Astrolabe. I figured because we're playing Astrolabe, we can kind of stretch the colors a bit. So we're going to be trying out 2 Lightning Helix today. An issue with this deck, especially against decks like Burn or Mono Red Prowess, is that they're actually able to race you down before you can kill them. And unfortunately, just bolting their guy isn't really enough always. So by being able to play some more main deck life gain on top of the Ojutai's command, this should make our Burn matchups and like Prowess and like Devoted Druid also good, because we're still playing a relatively high amount of answers. We're only playing 26 lands, which is the same as 60 card. I'm gonna see if 26 is correct or if we need to go up to 27. So that's definitely a consideration. The league I played, I believe I was on 27, and we did flood a bit. So I'm gonna see if 26 is right. We're now on the full 4 Cryptic command. Especially with Astrolabe being able to fix your mana, I think that Cryptic Command is one of the best answers and best ways of just surviving with this deck. And by still playing 64 cards, we still get access to all of our tutor targets like Acid Moss, Cryptics. I personally really like Drawn from Dreams. Kind of acts as like the 7th win con, as well as Ojutai's command. Most of the list is still the same. We're on 1 path to exile. Again, still trying to figure out what's the correct number of path. I've seen some of the lists in the Cabal play up to 3. I'm less high on it, so I'm at 1 right now. We're going to see how that does. Moving to the board. Actually, I wanted to add... I thought I added a second Veil. I'm going to change this a bit, actually. I'm going to cut a Fry for a Veil. I have to change my list. Yeah, I want to try 2 Veil. Okay, so basically we are kind of switching around our creature removal. I was playing a Braid in the past. We're going to be playing Fry. It's just better against Teferi, which is one of the ways we lose. I still think I really like Veil, especially against any black mid-range deck, Jund, Death Shadow, as well as blue-white. Just having a way of basically 2-for-1ing the opponent, drawing a card, countering their spell, kind of like a 3-for-1, 2-for-1, has been very good. We're on a bit less life gain because we have the 2 Helix main, so only 1 timely in the board, and the rest of it's pretty similar. I'm going to update my list on Twitter because it's slightly incorrect. I do want to keep trying out Veil to see if it's correct to be on 2, or should we just go to 1? So this we're going to switch. Going to be starting the league in just a few minutes. And then let's see. How do I copy this? Want this one. Awesome. Okay. That's good. All right, so let's hop in with this list. We're still at 4 trophies here. See if we can climb the leaderboard. 4 is pretty good, though. 4 was when I was doing really well originally with the deck. Yeah, my room's a bit messy. Just got back from the weekend trip. Need to just kind of just sort things out. All right, let's see. Lazy deck building has been called. We'll see if it's lazy. We will see. We are playing against Mitt Romney. All right, first game. And so our hand does not have any basics. It does not have Astrolabe. We do still have a turn 2 search. Turn 1 search, which can set up a turn 3 either remand or Teferi. So we're going to keep this hand. It's hard to ship a turn 1 search ever. Basic Island. Okay, so this is likely Urza. We find another remand. So this is going to be good later on. Let's lead on Temple Garden. And we're going to suspend this. Let me fix this. So the last time we played this deck on stream, our loss for the 5-0 was to Urza. So let's see if we can get our revenge on the deck. So Engineer is going to probably get the sword, the Sword of the Meek, or gets the Foundry. Would be really nice to draw a blue source right now, so that we can remand something, and there it is. So that's pretty good. Otherwise, we might have been stuck with like both remands in our hand this game, but being able to probably snag something this turn is going to be good. They might just sack their thing and put the Foundry in play, which is kind of annoying, but there's nothing we can really do about it. See, if we're on the play here and we remand this Engineer, I think we're very far ahead, but now we're like kind of on the back foot already. Okay, so they basically just have combo, so we're going to have to do something about this. Okay, so we want to get definitely a blue source. It could be just basic island. We don't have Astrolabe, so we kind of have to think about our lands here. Especially now that we have like Helix in our deck. It's either basic island. We're getting the search to come off here. So it's possible that wants to grab island and we can grab like breeding pool with this. I think I like that. Let's grab breeding pool, and we're going to remand this. Okay, Ojtai's command might not do much this game. Alright. So this is going to grab another island, so we have 2 blue sources. So their sword is in their hand, so we have to kind of try to trap it there, but it's tough. It's tough because it only costs 2 mana, and like even if we remand it, they can... This is really annoying because they can like loop it. So they can just like play the sword, then like get back their star or whatever. But we already have the win con. We just kind of need lands or like to live long enough that they don't gain too much life. Alright, so let's cast this. We're going to get Island. Ice Fang. Okay, so Ice Fang means that we can just pass and hold up and just Ice Fang plus remand this turn. Because they're probably just going to recast the sword and then recast it again if it doesn't work. So I think that they're also maybe not playing white if they're playing the Engineer. So we might be worry less about Teferi. So I think we're just going to play this untapped and pass. We also still have Ojutai's command up in case they go for like Urza. So that's also worth keeping in mind. Okay, so they jam sword, so we definitely want to counter this. In case I draw Helix, let's tap. No, I can't tap like this. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, let's remand this. We can't let them get the combo in play right now. They don't have a land. This is very good. We're going to take the 1 because our thing doesn't have Death Touch yet. Alright, so them missing the land drop was like very good for us because now we're pretty far ahead. We have all the lands we need. Now it's how can we get to 7 or get to 8? It might make the most sense to just bounce this Thopter Foundry, just set them really far back. The issue is if they just draw land and play Urza, then we might be in trouble. I do really want to like slow them down. I don't want them to get just combo next turn, so I think we're going to go for this. Bounce this. Let's... I think we could just safely play this tapped. Hey, Max Tab B. 20 with the tier 1 subscription. Thank you so much. Welcome to the Swarm of Mats. I didn't even update the sub notification. But yeah, we just got... don't want to leave this. Yeah, we just got affiliate, so that's awesome. Thank you for the sub. First sub. After this stream, I'm going to be updating that to a new cool notification, but that's awesome. All right, so they're just going to put combo in play, it looks like. Yeah. So they're putting combo in play. We can protect our Teferi here. Let's see. They're at 16. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't think that people would actually sub like the first stream, but that's really cool. And I have to work on like a sub badge too. All this is gonna be really cool. It's gonna be stuff we're working on. Really want to like take the stream to the next level, and this is the first start. So, no, I'm in my 3rd year. I started a semester late because I had to do an extra semester of CJEP here in Montreal or here in Quebec. So I'm 3rd year. I probably have about a year and a half left. Just to give you an idea. So they have combo in play. They can gain 4 life and go to 21. So they're going to obviously go above 18. So bring to light. Let's see what we can get. I think we need to just save it to kill the opponent. Although we could just like Stone Rain them and nah. That's kind of aggressive. We tick this up, so we could just actually just wait and see what they do. So let's just like... If I get 4... Is there anything on 1 I want to play? Maybe a Helix? I guess we could play this land. I like how we have the storm count. That's pretty fun. I played against Ad Nauseam Tendrils twice this past weekend. Big fan of that deck in Legacy. Just Storm in general. It's just like such a different way of playing that it's pretty cool. So here again, we're gonna protect the Teferi. We're not really like too worried. Like they can make guys. We have this Verdict that we can play off this. They can only gain 4 life here. They're Galv blasting this. So that's mildly annoying, but still fine because we can still play our things this turn. Are they not? They're just going to wait? Okay, that's interesting. So now we're just going to go for the Drawn from Dreams here. I don't think they play counterspells, so... Okay, let's see what we got. So we have another Teferi, which is pretty good here. Teferi and, like, Search. Acid Moss is also pretty cool. We're definitely taking Teferi. It's what's the other card? Because we're just going to bounce this turn. They're going to gain 3. Although, do we just have the win here? Because they can go to 20, but we can search and then kill them. So I think it's just search. Yeah, I have a year and a half left of undergrad, and then I have to do 2 years of CPA school. So I'm still in school for a while. But yeah. And then when you start doing CPA school, ooh, you can actually suspend this, but we're not going to do it. When you do CPA school, you have to do 2 years of firm experience, so then you got to be working in the firm at the same time. It's a huge mess, but just something you got to do, I guess. So I'm gonna check if the Urza decks actually play any counter magic, because if they don't, they're dead. But it's always good to double check here. I don't see any counter magic in the main deck, so I think they're dead. Oh, they could whir. What could they whir for that would save them? Could they even whir for anything that would save them? Because we just go... Witchbane Orb. They can actually play Witchbane Orb here because they can only go for 3 off the whir. So I think we just go for it here. They can go up to 20, but then again, we could play it safe by just playing Teferi, but then we're kind of giving them too many guys. So I think we just go for it here. We're gonna cast this. We're just gonna go get, like, I don't know, Island here. And then we still have 6 mountains in our deck, so we're fine. Let's go. Island, forest, yeah, so do this, fetch this. Go get, like, forest. Green, white, Zate land, yep, 4 colors. Alright, looks like this might be good. Get the Scapeshift. We have to sack everything here because we need as many triggers as possible. And mountain. And all those at you. I think we're gonna get there. Barring ridiculous nonsense. Nice. Last semester of business admin. Okay. And then you're gonna do CPA after that? Okay, so we're playing against Grixis Urza here. Which, again, I'm expecting to be one of the popular decks post-ban, especially now that people have realized that, like, Burn's good, and Urza will, in general, have a good matchup against Burn. I guess it's better if they have Stoneforge, but it's still fine otherwise. So Yeah, staying in banking's pretty smart. I think I want to do accounting just because it kind of it fits my strengths, and there's a lot of room in the field. So like I don't plan on staying at firms, but maybe go to industry or like work with tax. So okay, let's sideboard. So definitely Shatterstorm. We want Veto for like counter spells. They're not playing blue, or they're not playing like, I don't think they're playing counter spells, so we don't need the Veils. Definitely the Force. Fry is excellent against Urza. We want our own forces. And then removal is not necessarily that good. They're playing Engineer, so it's kind of interesting. I'm going to check my old notes. What did I have on this? The lists are like slightly different, but we're definitely going to trim some number of coatls. I didn't finish doing the full mapping, especially when we're like trying to figure out what lists are good. It's possible we just cut all of these and like the helixes just because they don't hit Urza. I think this is how I'm gonna board. We haven't seen Teferi either, so I'm not like too worried about like boarding in more guys. We do have like a bunch of counter spells. 4 Cryptic Man's also excellent. Acid Moss I could see cutting. It is really good to like take them off mana though. So I think we're gonna go with this. Also, that game we kind of showed how we never drew Astrolabe, but our mana is like still fine. So we kind of played like a non-Astrolabe game there, and it was still pretty good. Okay, what is this hand doing? We have a turn 1 search. They haven't showed us white yet, so I'm not worried about losing it to Teferi. But our hand doesn't really do much else. We go turn 1 suspend search, turn 2 steam vents, turn 3 Teferi something. Let's keep this. Teferi's very good against their deck. They mulligan to 6. We have Fry for the Urza. Or for like Sai or Tezzeret Age in the Bolas, if that's what they have post-board. Yeah, 64 cards. This is what we're doing. Okay, looks like they might have a really fast hand, but they didn't do anything past Opal. We draw another land, which kind of sucks. So let's suspend their search. Okay, so their Opal's turned on now. They have the land, so they could play a 2-drop here. Wellspring. We find another land. They could play Urza this turn, so I kind of like just holding up Fry. So I'm gonna play this untapped. It also like kind of bluffs Remand, which is something they saw last game. And then this is gonna get a white source for this. Sort of the Meek. That's fine. They don't have the Foundry, which is like the big part. They could whir for it now, so that's kind of scary. But we've remand technically up for whir, but we don't really have it. So they might go for it like on our turn. We're gonna get white here. We kind of just drawn all our mountains in our deck. It's not how you want it to go. So we're gonna play this Teferi because it's gonna bait them to play the whir if they have it, because they can't wait. They let it happen. So they don't have whir and they don't have Thopter Foundry because they would have played it. So they don't have triple blue. That is true. I didn't realize because yeah, so they can crack this for blue and this can make blue, but they don't have it. So that's a really good point. So what do we want to do now? Could just bounce this because it's like the most mana efficient play. So I kind of like just bouncing this. We want to draw cards here, find something. Okay. Sometimes you draw a bunch of lands. Do we want to play Valakut here? Yeah, I guess we could. Alright, so we just have to draw something. I guess I shouldn't have played Valakut there, because if I draw Cryptic Command, I can't play it now. So that's something worth noting. I think Cryptic is the only way I get punished, though. Maybe like Verdict, but I don't want to play Verdict right away. Nah, Verdict I can't play anyway. So yeah, if I draw Cryptic, I'm going to feel a bit sad this turn. Okay, they replay the sword. Now they still don't have triple blue up. It gets better. We've now drawn 6 mountains and a Valakut this game. It's pretty funny. Yeah, Blood Crypt is weird. So there's no reason to shock anything, so let's just pass. This game's pretty funny. We kept, I think, 4 lands, and we've drawn like 5 in a row. Inventor's Fair will get their combo, so that's pretty scary. Ooh, that's really good. So let's put our vents in place so that we can hold up Cryptic. Well, not really, because we have the same number of lands in the deck, right? So we're more likely to draw spells because we have more spells in the deck at this point. Yeah, they're definitely going to get Foundry, and this Veto is going to be pretty good, unless they have, like, Engineer. But if they had Engineer, they would have played it by now. Okay, there's the Foundry. This is not going to happen. No, this is intentional. We are trying to figure out if Astrolabe is worth it. Seem they just have a bunch of lands. What is going on? So now, do I want to cash this Teferi in for a card? And I think the answer is, so even if I draw a Brinktide or a Scapeshift, I'm not winning this turn anyways. So I'm more inclined to just wait one more turn, and then tick down to keep my Teferi in play. This also makes them play a lot worse. Like they can't just hold up Whir or something. Like they have to do it on their turn. It's pretty funny. I've never drawn like 7 mountains and a Valakut, so this is a first for everything. Let's just play this tapped. We have to be cognizant how many triggers we can actually have. So like now we can only have 3 triggers. Oh, they actually... Okay. I don't know why they scooped here, because we're definitely not winning anytime soon. So we would have drawn a card and then drawn off Teferi. Maybe cycle Teferi. Found Cryptic, which we could play. Yeah, I don't know. That seems a bit suspect. But I mean, we'll take it, right? So like even there, we only have 3 mounds left in our deck, so we can only trigger this twice. So 3 times 2 times 2 is 18. So they're not even dead if we draw Valakut. We'd have to wait. Yeah, they think we have 4 Cryptics, but we don't. So there we go. We got our revenge on the Urza deck from last league, so that's always good. I will be at GP Montreal. Unfortunately, though, there's a catch. For some reason, my university doesn't. Sorry, I knocked the mute button. Yeah, so what I was saying was I will be at GP Montreal, but there's a catch. Unfortunately, my university doesn't want me to have fun. So they for some reason scheduled a midterm, an accounting midterm, one of my majors, on Sunday morning of GP Montreal. So what that means is that even if I do well in the main event, I can't play day 2 because it's on Sunday. So I will still be there, though. I'll probably play the Friday and Saturday MCQs, which most probably this deck. So at least there's some silver lining. I think my limited game is a lot worse than my constructed game. So, and it being a limited GP, I would have to practice a lot harder. So I'm not like too upset about it. It does suck to like not be able to play the main event of your hometown GP since there's only so many GPs. But I mean, that's life sometimes. Writing it at a different time, I wasn't able to because there's no makeup date for whatever reason. Like usually midterms and like finals, they have makeup dates. But for some reason, like this one specifically had no makeup date. So nope. It would just pile onto my final and make it worth like 80% or something, and that's like ridiculous. So, and like usually the midterm is like all the free marks. So yeah, we're gonna just probably PTQ. Yeah, I'll definitely be there though. Okay, so we're playing against what looks like Dredge, and they multi 5, and our hand's fairly decent. So picking up this Helix is very nice. Yeah, I agree. It is. I mean, it's higher EV because you have like, but it's weird because I think, especially for like a week 1 limited GP, if you practice really hard, like you do like 10 sealeds, and like I don't know 5 to 10 drafts online, you're gonna be so far ahead of everyone else at the GP that for just like not knowing what's in the format. Like on day 1, no one's gonna know. Like half your opponents won't know the combat tricks, the counter spells, like none of that. So I think you can get a really big edge. So unfortunately, I won't be able to play it, but you know, it happens sometimes. We'll be jamming some PTQs. So they neonated and discarded Imp and then dredged it, but they didn't hit another dredger, so that's really good for us. Otherwise, they could have like dredged this turn and continue to go off. So yeah, they basically hit their enablers. Conflict grade is like not necessarily that great against us, so that's fine. Yeah, I think I remember you saying something about that. About having to like miss a thing for like a case comp or whatever. I mean, I've been screwed over before too by like GPs during finals and like, you know, stuff like that. It's not the first time. It'd be a lot better if it was just like, ooh, that kind of sucks. If it was just like not the hometown one. Like I don't mind not traveling for a thing, but now I kind of have to go anyways. Okay, so they discarded what looks like Shriekhorn in this, and then they're going to dredge. So let's hope they brick on this dredge. It's about all we can say. So they unfortunately hit pretty good. They didn't hit an Arcum though. That was really big. So they have what did they dredge? Okay, Imp, Thug. But they didn't hit an Arcum. They actually don't have a land either, but they hit a Loam. So they're going to have a bunch of creatures next turn. So we are in trouble this game. This is all turn 2. So they're going to bring back guys so we can Helix something. So let's just do this. Yeah, so I do play Smash. So I play Super Smash Bros. Melee. I'm ranked here in Montreal. I'm top 10 ranked. I've been playing the game for about 5 years now. I've taken... That was a really good dredge. I've taken sets off of like top 100 players in the world. So I would say I'm like fairly decent in that game. It's just a hobby though. Like I think I'm a lot better at Magic. But I do like compete at tournaments and like weeklies for Melee. So that's always fun. Like I went to DreamHack Montreal recently. I got like 13th in like Melee singles out of like 100, like 200 people or 100 and something people. So, okay, so they dredged an Arcum and a 3rd Creeping Chill, so that's really good. And they're going to Loam. They're going to get back Blood Gas, and now I'm below 9. Oh, 2 Blood Gas now. I main Sheik. Okay, so here what we can do is, these have haste because we're above 10. Or below 10. So we could Helix like this Narcomoeba, and then they can't attack with these. So I think that's the play. Although, how am I winning this game is a good question. Because they're going to bring back 2. I think we're probably just dead this game. They just had way too much. This is turn 3. I think this saves us the most amount of damage, though. So now they can attack with these, but then they're going to get back 2 prized amalgams, and we're probably just dead next turn. We'd have to rip, like, Verdict or something, but... If you're on the play, I think we win this game. So that's modern for you sometimes. A good draw here would be like Cryptic Command, but we couldn't even play it if we drew it, so that kind of sucks too. There's our Astrolabe. 3/6, they have 10, and they have the Conflagrate, so I basically have to draw a Remand for this Conflagrate or we die. Okay, that's a called shot. Although they might just be able to... No, they can't play 2 things. Okay, we might be able to live a turn here. Sometimes you just hit. Do I need... Let's do this. All right. Apparently I'm good at just, like, calling whatever card I'm going to draw off the top. It's a pretty good skill to have. I don't think it's going to be good enough this game, but, you know. They're going to Dredge Loam now. I think we're still dead because they can just hit us for 10. Dredge Loam. They're going to have another Blood Gas. Yeah, we're just dead anyways. Hey, Krauser. Thanks for stopping by. Watching us get dredged on. So I know they have another land in their hand, right? Because they played Loam. No, did they play Loam? I think they played Loam. No, they have a bunch of dredgers. They don't have Loam, actually. No, they haven't played Loam. It's good. We're 1-0. We're playing against Dredge. Yeah, we just remand this, and if they don't have a land, then we survive here. They have the land. Okay. I don't think they Loamed, right? Although I could be wrong. I don't think they Loamed. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, we're dead. Oh, no, they can attack with this. 3, 6, go to 6. Oh, no, they could Conflagrate us before and then attack. So, yeah, we're dead. Okay, Dredge. So, unfortunately, one consequence of banning looting is that you don't want to be playing a lot of Graveyard Hate. And this is unfortunately one of the matchups where having Graveyard Hate is pretty good. But Cryptic Command is also very good against Dredge, so we're going to hope to, you know, be able to just, like, tap them out. So against Dredge, they have draw spells. I don't think they have discard. Is Huntmaster good? I don't think so. I think our primary game plan's better. Veto for their draw spells or Cathartic Reunions are pretty good. Timely's also fine. 2 to 3 Cs. The thing is Veil of Summer just too narrow? And the answer is it might be. We're going to cut Verdict because it's worse than Anger. Which size command isn't amazing either. This might be a matchup where you cut Drawn from Dreams. I guess Teferi isn't that good either. Or like Helix kind of sucks. Although I like Helix, like keeping Helix more now that it's not just a huge blank. Yeah, I think we cut some number of Teferis. So this is 64. We're playing against Dredge. I think this is fine. I like the Timely because it buys us time. We'll even want Teferi. Acid Moss on the play is interesting. Might be better than this Teferi. Just try to, like, kind of get them. Let's try this. I agree Teferi is bad. Yeah, so that's the issue with playing against Teferi Time Raveler, is that your like counterspells got a lot worse. Alright, so unfortunately this is a hand we have to mulligan. If we had a green source, I would probably keep this. No Astrolabe yet. What is this hand? This hand really wants like a Steve. So unfortunately, this hand doesn't do much either. We can play this Helix, but we've like so far away. Yeah, I think we just go to 5. All right, so these hands have just been pretty bad. We're gonna have to keep this one though. Kind of have to just draw lands to get out of this. So maybe it's like our first hand had 4 lands, but they were the wrong color and no Astrolabe. This hand, or the other hand, was lacking lands. This hand is too. We're gonna get rid of the Bring to Light and probably this Cryptic. Although, not sure I need Remand, Veto, and Force, but you do want a blue card for this. What to bottom is interesting. Because, like, how likely are we to draw 2 red sources for Anger? Whereas we might just draw lands and just Bring to Life for something? I'm not even sure I like keeping this Anger, because, like, how am I going to cast it? Like, what if I just keep Bring to Light, actually? I'm gonna try this. Because I think I'm more likely to cast Bring to Light than Cryptic or Anger this game. They mult to 6. If they play Shriekhorn, I might just have to force it. There it is. So the issue is if they start going with this, it's really bad. Losing 2 cards is pretty bad, though. It's possible I just pitch this Bring to Light now and just keep Veto Remand and just hope to like snag their Cathartic and just never let that resolve. It does suck though, because like how likely are we to draw a white source, especially without us having green first. But I think we're just so far away from casting Bring to Light, I need to counter this. Because one way we win is just like their hand is like does nothing and we can draw out of it. I have this fly that's bothering me. Sorry. Sorry if I killed any eardrums there. I think it went away. Okay, so we're really hoping to draw a land here because we really need to counter whatever Cathartic Reunion they're going to play. Yep. Sample size is pretty small, but maybe we do want another land in the 64 card version. It's possible. Again, we're not really drawing Astrolabe though, which is another way of like you know, finding more cards. So they played Neonate and they passed. That's kind of interesting. Land? Okay. And that actually cast Veto, so that was very good. I'm not sure why they wouldn't crack this right away. Maybe their hand doesn't have a Dredger. Oh no, the fly's back. Just wants to ruin the stream. So if they don't have a Dredger, no. No, they have the best Dredger. They're waiting for my second main so that they can get 2 guys. We can't do anything about this. Hopefully they brick on the Dredger. They hit another Imp, but they didn't hit anything else. We need this to... They don't Dredge. That's really... Maybe they don't have a land? Okay, so... They might not have a land here, which is why they're doing this. I actually don't think it's crazy to just remand this, because we have veto for the Cathartic, and it slows them down a lot, so I think I'm actually going to remand this, and we're going to get Breeding Pool? No, I have to get Temple Garden. Yeah, Temple Garden. If they're sandbagging the land, it's a good play, but... Okay, they don't have the land, but we're drawing all the cards we bottomed. All right. So if they can brick on a land, they're going to draw... They have Neonate. We can rip a land and Acid Moss them. I think we can win the game. I don't know if they dredge here. They don't dredge. They hit the land. Okay, that's pretty big. But they might just go for Cathartic here, and then we get them with the veto. So this might actually not be as bad for us. It's pretty dependent on us drawing this land, though. See, Neonate's like kind of good, actually. Like, it gets around Force of Negation, gets around counter spells. Its remand's pretty bad against it. Go to 14. Yeah, there's Cathartic, so we're going to snag it here. I really want to draw this land. That is not a ding. Oops. Oh well. Okay, they hit Loam. If they don't have a land this turn, it's pretty good. They're going to play... They have 2 Cathartic Reunions? That's rough. That's very rough. Because they wouldn't have been able to play it if we Acid Moss them, but... Yeah. This is pretty rough. Hit 3 Narcomoebas. They're going to get back an Amalgam. Yep. They have Conflagrate too, so yeah, we're dead next turn. We have to like rip the land this turn, get them off their land, and then like be able to Cryptic next turn or the turn after. Alright, we're dead. Oh well. Just didn't hit lands. Or Astrolabe. Alright, so we lose to Dredge. Again, our hands were like... Had to mull to 5, and we had a solid chance there. That's why I kind of like keeping Acid Moss in the play against most decks, because you can just kind of get those free wins sometimes. In general, I don't think that matchup's actually that bad for us, even though we don't have Graveyard Hate anymore. If we could just play a fair game and just eventually just Cryptic and like tap their board a bunch, I think it's totally fine. Alright, so round 3. Another hand, we just don't have green, and we don't have an Astrolabe. We do have Cryptic, but it's so far away. If I had a green source, I would snap keep this so that we could Acid Moss on 3, but we just don't have it. And now we have all the lands we could ever want. So, I think we just pitch a search since we just... Yeah, let's just pitch a search here. If Dredge and Urza are getting big, though, it could be reasonable to put, like, a Rest in Peace or something back into the sideboard. Again, it's hard to build a 60-card deck with Astrolabe. That's like, the next thing. So that's why we're trying this. Basic Mountain is probably burn, so if we can try to take the least amount of damage. So what... I could just go Suspend Search Tap Land. So I think I'm gonna do that. I could play Steve, obviously, this turn, but it just saves us 2 life, and we don't know if they're burn or if they're not burn. So, it's just kind of safe. Chalice for 1. So they're like a prison deck? That's fine. This is going to get... probably blue. Yeah. Get blue here. I mean, we're set up to win fairly soon, so... So, like, now we have... They're at 20. We have 7 lands next turn. So, they're not dead yet. Rabblemaster. Okay. So, we're just going to have to go to 8 lands here. It's possible I just, like, wait a turn. Because I'm not killing next turn anyways. So, I think I just take 1. And we're going to block the Rabblemaster next turn. And just save life here. This is going to go get... probably blue again. Remand's pretty good. Yeah, so we just have to draw a land here to win. We have 2 draws now. The remand's also very good because they're going to probably tap out for something. And we're going to get them. Let's get... I want to leave the mountains in my deck because we could fetch it with this. So we're just going to get, like... Let's get another island. Yeah, so we get to remand this. That doesn't do it. But now we can just, like, bring to light, clear the board. Or we could kill them. I like killing them. So play this tapped. Just cast Scapeshift. And they scooped. Alright, against Mono Red Prison, we want our counter spells. It's interesting, like, how many threats we want. Or, like, if we want Artifact Hate. They have guys, so I kind of like keeping in our answers and our quaddles. They could play Blood Moon. Knowing they play Blood Moon, I think I want Force in my deck. Fairy's pretty reasonable. It's possible I just don't want, like, these cards. Yeah, we haven't really been like drawing Astrolabe early, so I like Verdict probably more than Anger. Although if they Blood Moon, I think Anger might be better. We still have to cut 2 cards. Could be like some number of Quaddle. Alright, let's go with this. I'm not gonna board in like a bunch of creatures. All right, we get our first early Astrolabe hand, so we're definitely gonna keep this. They have no like crazy Chalice on 1 bullshit, so that's good. Eidolon of the Great Revel. Sure. So what's cool is that if we get like a basic plains and we flash Quaddle in, it'll actually have life death touch because we have 3 snow permanents. But getting Steve down is really good because we can Teferi bounces. I think I'm just gonna play it. I'm gonna try to do the sneaky Quaddle play here because they might not expect this. We'll take 2 here. I don't know how much removal they're going to keep in. We hit our land 2, which is amazing. All right, nice. We're also very well set up against Blood Moon. Ritual. Blood Moon. All right. Good thing we have this Teferi. So I kind of don't care about anything they're doing. So I think we just hold up Remand and pass. We just like play this, pass. And this is like a big reason. Like this is Astrolabe like showing off right now. Second Blood Moon. Like I don't really care about this other Blood Moon. I guess I kind of do, since we do have to win eventually. So let's just remand it. It's just so mana efficient. Like let's just go like this. Steve. We're gonna get Island with this. We can remand their next thing. Their Blood Moon probably. Or this. Let's remand this one. So I think we're just going to attack with this turn. We're not really rushed to do anything. They're going to replay their Chandra this turn. I could play Teferi and just bounce this. And they have to decide what they want to do. Although it is... Because then they're going to probably like try to kill this and then they just die. Right? Because we go 5, 6, 7. So yeah, I think I do this. Because they're going to want to kill this Teferi. Or they might just replay the Blood Moon. So let's do... Let's replay this. Yeah, we could have played a Steam Vents first. Yeah, there's Chandra. Oh, I guess they could play both here. That's true. Okay. Do I want to sack any of the Elders? I kind of don't want to sack any of the Elders. Because we could just like hit them to 18, hit the... Yeah, I don't think I need to sack these yet. Draw another Teferi. So now we can kind of win next turn, maybe. So we'll do this. I still think I could just like Teferi bounce this. Could bounce my own Astrolabe, but we kind of need to... We definitely need to like bounce their Blood Moon at some point. And like they're going to probably play the second one. I mean, I'm going to attack with both. Put them to 18, hit the Chandra for 1. Kind of a tough spot actually. I think I just want to tax their mana. Drawn from Dreams. Alright. So we don't have Path Up, but that's fine. Okay, they hit Mountain, so they kind of messed that up. Yeah, we have Force of Vigor. Again, do we need to sack these? I don't want this to Emblem, so that's obviously a concern. I do want to sack at least once so we could play Drawn from Dreams this turn. Should I sack both? Let's see. 4, 7, 8. I could just wait on the second one here. Yeah, let's wait. Tick this up. Hello, Sunjin. Let's play our search here. And we could bring to light on our turn, on their turn. Or, sorry, Drawn from Dreams on their turn. Although I guess I could do that on their turn also. Let's just do this and we could pass. Again, we're just chilling here. Like, we don't have to make a play yet. Like, this Drawn is going to gas us up. Ensnaring Bridge. They have 1 card in hand. Sure. Like, we're not attacking. They're gonna, yeah, that's smart play. They had a second Chandra. 2 bridges. Sure. I don't see what they're trying to accomplish with bridge. So let's just what's it called? Let's play search, get island, and then let's play drawn from dreams. Okay, we found a second bring to light, so we found the force. So yeah, this is gonna be good enough. So we're gonna take bring to light and force. Could even just force now, but we have plenty of mana. We'll also sack this. We'll just get a forest here. All right, so let's do this. Make sure we have 5 colors. Green, blue, white. Yeah, so this is good. Cast on this and that one. Kill 2 blood moons with 1 stone. And we win. Yeah, so that match is fairly easy. Even with blood moons there, we just like, again, we just chilled. We played this late game and they couldn't really do much. So, yeah. All right, so we're 2-1 now. Again, that was a game where like that match just Astrolabe like overperformed. Whereas if we were playing just like non-Astrolabe version, I think we could lose that match. So again, I think Astrolabe is good enough. It just comes down to how can we build the deck to facilitate it properly. Like this hand is another clear example of like Astrolabe being excellent. This Helix might be a bit ambitious, but we'll see. They mult to 6. It's because like we kind of don't want to get white or red in play early. I mean, white's fine as long as we have an Astrolabe. Is this another Dredge deck? Nope, not a Dredge deck. No, it is another Dredge deck. Oh no. We're just getting dredged. And if we were on the play, we could go turn to remand their play. Okay. This is apparently a thing that's happening. Let's lead with the island. Don't know if this sound's going to be good enough to beat the Dredge deck. They hit an Arcum, but they had 2 chills already. It's getting cold. I mean, it comes down to, do they have turn 1 Scour into turn 2 Reunion? Turn 2 Narcomoeba. You got it. Alright, so they didn't have the nuts, so I think we can win this game. Is there any reason to play this Forest? They don't play a spell, but they're going to play like Loam or something, so we could remand. I kind of want to keep my life total high. So yeah, let's just do this and pass. They hit 2 blood gas. That is pretty good. We'll take the 2 here. They dredge Loam. Definitely going to remand this. Find plains. They have the land, so that's pretty bad. Again, we just have to get to Cryptic, so... Okay, is Steve better than Helix? Probably. So I think we just go like... We can go like Misty. Yeah, Misty, get blue. Although we could just go like Steve plus Path their guy. That might be better. That's probably better. So let's just go. We need to get triple blue. And this will find an island, so we'll have triple blue. So let's go. We'll be sneaky here. We'll leave up island, and we still have path up. I guess against them, now that they don't have looting, giving them lands is not that bad. Because back then, like back when looting was still a card, they can, you know, flash back their lootings more, you know, easier. They had 3 creeping chills this game. Damn. How come all the dredge decks seem to be good at hitting 3 creeping chills every time? Because now they can get another Bloodghast attacking. So that kind of sucks. They didn't hit Conflagrate though. Do they have the 4th Bloodghast? What is this? Just 4 of a kind. And because they hit the 3rd creeping chill, they all have haste now. So yeah, that's pretty bad. Pretty bad for us. So we're going to block 1 and path another one. But we're taking, like, we basically took, just by them getting creeping chill, we're taking 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more damage. So we would have been at, like, 14 after this a turn, and now we're at 3. Or, no, we would have been at, well, no, we would have blocked, done that. We would have been at 12. We would have been at 10 or something. But let's see if we're still good enough to win this game. Get island. Go to 3. We get search. So how can we win this game? We definitely have to cryptic their team next turn. They're at 26 though, so now we can't even, we have to win on 8 lands. I guess we suspend search, like. Now we're just in the stranglehold that if they get Conflagrate, we lose at any point now. And there it is. So, yep, now we lose. Because now we can't tap their board and counter this Conflagrate. So, turn 5 lethal. Feels bad. So let's see. If they didn't hit the chill there, would we have won this game? We would have been at 12. We would have went to 10. This turn we would tap their board, and then we only take 5. So we wouldn't even die this turn. So I think them hitting the 3rd chill there lost us this game. We would have been at 5. Then we would draw. We could like Teferi bounce their guy. Helix another guy. I don't know if we're winning, but probably it would have been a lot closer. You know, the dredge decks are back. It's like they never left. Let's board in all our counter spells again. We'll switch our Wrath. I don't know how much I love, like, just the duders. I think our spells plan is just better. Take out these. Take out, like, command. I kept an Acid Moss last time. I kind of want to keep testing to see if it's good. So, I think we just board like this. There's only so much you can control against Dredge. Alright, what does this hand do? We can suspend search on turn 1. But then if we don't hit a land on turn 2, we do nothing. And we probably die. If we hit the land, we probably win the game, though. It's pretty close. We could just go to 6. We don't have a counterspell, though. Is this a keep and die hand? We are on the play. If we brick, do we just die? So they're going to have turn 2 to do a bunch of stuff, and then we're only going to do this on turn 3, get a 3rd land. Yeah, I think we ship this. We have like 25 out of 57, so we're only like 40% to get there, and I think we're better off with more than 40% odds if we mulligan, and that's just unfortunate. Yeah, I think we need to add a 27th land. unfortunately. I think that's the play. You would keep? It's definitely close. Like, what are the odds exactly of hitting? We have 25 lands in our 57 card deck. We're 44% to get there on one draw step. And if we don't, we probably die. So do I think a hand on 6 has more than 43% chance to win? Probably. So I think I still mulligan. And even if we hit, I don't know if we win the game. Like, we'd definitely be far ahead, but if they just have like a nuts draw, I think we could still lose that game. So I don't know how clear cut it is. It seems like this matchup is probably worse than we thought it was. To the point where maybe it's worth... Okay, so if we draw a search, then it's like 28 out of... Oops. 28 out of 57. So we're about 50%. Yeah, I guess given search is also an out, it's probably a keep. We really hope they don't hit a dredger. They don't. So that's a good start. If they just kept like Shriecord in the Cathartic, it's just hard to win these games. They brick on the dredger though, so that's pretty big. They're at 18 also. I think we just crack this, get white. I guess we just get island because we have Astrolabe. That's a search. Let's lead on Astrolabe so it gives us more info about what we need to do with this search. Draw a land. We could just cast search here. Since we're not doing anything else with the mana, we'll get planes, I guess. So we have 6 lands next turn, which is unfortunately 1 away from killing them, but they're kind of far away from doing stuff. It really comes down to like creeping chills here, because they're at 18 exactly right now. They have a second Cathartic Reunion. No, Loam. All right. So we have to rip another search here, and we win the game. No, search or Steve would win this game. So we have 6 outs to just win the game on the spot. I guess they could hit a chill now. They didn't hit a chill. Yeah, search or Steve wins this game. We also have really great draws, like Cryptic Command would be excellent. Bring to Light would be very good. We could just like anger their board. All right, deck, give me something. Path to Exile. Not a great one. And we can't even like path our own thing because we don't have anything. Yikes. 3-1. Yeah. Even if we draw like Coatl, we can't like Coatl plus path. We'd have to draw exactly a land. All right, we're putting some rest in pieces back on the board. I don't want to lose to this deck. It's also good against Urza. I think we try to fit like 1 or 2 back on the board. Even if we're like slightly ahead, it's like the games just feel bad. They're really not hitting Creeping Chill. Do we want to path something? This is 3, 6, 9, 11, 12. So yeah, we have to path something because we die to the Conflagrate. So let's just path the Amalgam. Now we just have, if we draw any land, we're going to win. If they don't have some way of dredging and hitting chill. Or like having chill in their hand. Can we draw a land? We have... What is this? Loam probably. Get back Cave. Cave, go for chill. Don't hit. Don't hit the chill. All right. Oh, because now they can go for 5. We hit the land. We kind of have to do it. We're priced in. Even if they hit it, we can like wrath their board, I guess. But that feels kind of bad. Yeah, let's do the thing. Let's hope it's good. We know they have at least one Forgotten Cave. In case we don't kill them this turn, let's just get like 3 of these, 3 of these. Alright, so now we have a decision to make. Do we just rip them all upstairs and hope they brick on their 5? Because if they don't, then we die. But is there a way for us to live anyways? No. Because even if we wrath this board, they play a land, they get back 2 guys, and they conflagrate us. So I think we have to go for it. Alright, don't hit it. Don't hit it. Yup. Come on, one time. They didn't hit it. Oh, wow. And we win. Wow. All right. Game 1, they hit 3 in their top like 20. And this game, they hit 0 in their top 40. So sometimes you win on the multi 5. All right, game 3. By the skin of our teeth. Let's see if we want to change anything. Given we're on the draw, I don't think that changes anything. I guess we don't. This card's probably just bad. And let's board in like a Teferi maybe. Could be Verdict. Could be O Command. That's true. They might not have 4 claims in their deck. They're 4 chills, but it's very good because they go above 18 and we can't kill them early. So I'm not sure what they would do, actually. I don't know what, like, the 60th card should be. It could be, like, O Command, could be Teferi, could be a Verdict. I like this because it could ramp us, so let's go with this. Oh my goodness. This is a hand? 4 Stomping Grounds, Astrolabe, and 2 blue cards. This is this is pretty funny, actually. Wow. Alright. So we definitely can't keep this, but it's pretty funny. Alright, this hand is excellent. Very excellent. They mult to 6. We're going to probably put this timely. We got the turn 1 Astrolabe. I really don't want to have to use this force, but they have the Shriekhorn. They mult to 5. I think this is really tight. So they would have had to have kept 2 lands, Shriekhorn, Reunion, Dredger. Like, it just sucks because we want to curve like turn 2 remand, turn 3 force, but like they're gonna be doing stuff. I'm leaning towards forcing this. It does feel a bit bad. But this could brick, but if it doesn't, they just go off. So I think I do force this. If I was on the play, I think I just don't force it and then remand their thing. But given I can't even remand the Cathartic next turn, I think I'm just going to force this. We draw Bring to Light. So turn 1, I think we want to spend the search. Just because getting mana is really good. So we're very low on resources, both players. So we'll see what happens. Okay, so they pass. So it looks like they kept, like, Cathartic, but no land. Or they just, like, Mull in their hand was really bad. So, yeah. Path to Exile. Okay. They hit their land, so we are probably in trouble. Because now they probably have Cathartic plus Dredger. Cathartic, no Dredger. Okay. Interesting. Let's just get... We could just get white here. Although if I draw, let's see. We can just get island. Yeah, let's just get island. Draw another island. I guess I need to get 4 colors eventually. But I can get blue, green, white, red. So we're still fine. I don't know, let's just Misty go. Very interesting game. I don't know who's going to win this. They have another... Okay, so they drew a second reunion, and now they have 2 dredgers, so we might be in trouble. They have Alpine Moon in their deck. Okay. If they Alpine Moon, we actually have no outs to it. So... Oh, I guess we have Cryptic. So they hit Chill, and they hit 2 Narcomoebas, and they're going to get back 2 Prized Amalgams. So, yeah. This is what happens when you play against Dredge. They go from nothing to something pretty fast. And it's like I feel bad. They have a land too. Jeez. It's like I really don't want to like bring to light for anger. All right, thanks Krauser for stopping by. Have a good night. All right, do we want to path something here? They chose to not get back Bloodghast because I guess they can fetch. They have Loam in their hand. I really don't want to like get anger, so I think I just path this. I might just have to get drawn from dreams because I need resources. Let's get probably Temple Garden, yeah. Need like a Cryptic or something. Okay, so now we're a land away from winning. Or we go for the Bring to Light for the Drawn from Dreams. It might just be worth it to go for lethal next turn. Drawn, though, could draw us into, like, land plus Bring to Light or Scapeshift. We have, like, green, white, blue, red. This is interesting. I kind of like going for the Drawn from Dreams here. Because we only have, like... We would have... Search would not be an out, so it would be 4 Steves and 21 lands. So we'd have 25. So it's a 50-50 for us to hit a land next turn. Whereas this could find us land plus second win con. So I kind of want to go for it. See what this gets. I guess it would have to be land plus Scapeshift because we did not hit the thing. That is unfortunate. So now we kind of have to grind a bit, but we're like really bad at grinding. I guess I take Timely and O command now. Or I could take Land plus Timely, but then I don't have any redraws. Alright, I guess we have to try to grind now. I kind of sucked. We could actually die this turn, too. If they just go Dredge into... Oh, no, they can't Dredge, but... So they can't Cathartic at this turn. We might still have enough time this game. Go to 7. They're going to probably play, like, Loam. Yep. Alright. We draw land. So now we go, like... Okay. So we can just go, like, time... We definitely want to Timely this turn. We can go search. Go get forest. Yeah. Alright, so now we just have to draw. We just have to draw Scapeshift or Bring to Light and we're gonna win the game. And this O command might give us an extra turn. They hit Conflagrate. I think. Do we die now? We might die now. Because they hit that. We have to dodge the Conflagrate. Because they can go Loam, get back 3 lands. They have 10 cards, but 11? So we might have one more draw step here. What is this? A third Cathartic? The last one? Conflagrate for 10? Alright, we're at 1. Okay, so again, we just have to draw. We have 7 outs now. No, we have 5 outs now. Alright, let's hit. Hiya! Whew. I think that was a good one. Yeah, they can't do anything. Sometimes you just get there, you know? Sometimes you just get there. I need like a top deck emoji or something. Like, we're gonna have like the Valakut emoji. Sometimes you get lucky. Alright, so we steal the match. Better lucky than good. Alright, so we split the games against Dredge, although I still kind of felt behind. So that is interesting to keep in mind. So we lost game 1 and won both post-port games. Alright, so let's see if we can get the 4-1. Let's play first. These hands, what are these hands? We've been getting like really weird hands, like 4 stomping ground hands, like we don't have white for this. We draw Astrolabe, we can't even play it. I think we have to mulligan. Jeez. It sucks, but do we just keep this? Like, they multi 6. This verdict, like, we're never playing, so we might just bottom verdict and keep 5 lands in the Bring to Light. I think it's better than going to 5. I could keep the verdict, but, like, we're 2 white sources away from playing it. I don't think we're going to do better on 5. I think actually I'll bottom the Valakut. We'll keep the verdict because we might need to play it. Yeah. I think mulliganing this hand is also defensible. Mountain. And of course, now we face the burn deck. Alright. We find Steve. That's a very good draw. Because now we can get a white source. It also ramps us. So now we can get like O-Command with this and get this back. Oh, it's Prowess actually. Okay. And this is great for us because they don't have a guy. They might not have a second land. Okay. I see what's going on here. So it looks like they're on like the all burn Prowess draw. I don't think I want to crack this yet. Because I don't know if I need a blocker yet. Also don't really have a reason in my hand to crack it. They're also above 20. This turn we're definitely going to crack it. We can't get them below 19 anyways. So I think I just leave this in play in case they have a Swift Spear. Or like a Goblin Guide. 3 lava spikes. Alright. Now we're going to crack this for getting white. Quaddle. I think I just want to O-Command, gain 4 life, put Steve back in play. Although I do need this to win the game. They're not, like, how much burn do they realistically have, though? Like, what if we just play Quaddle? Would I play it now? It's like, what's their hand? Their hand has to be more burn. They might crack this. I guess I don't need to, like, go for it right now, because we're at 11. And, yeah, so I think I just play this tapped. Question is, do I want to play this on my turn? I think the answer is yes. Cryptic. Alright. I think this is better, because we drew the Quaddle. They might crack their thing now. Yeah. And now we have Cryptic up. I think we're gonna be fine this game. Soulscar Mage does not have haste. Okay, I think they just have a bunch of lands. So there's no reason to play this untapped because we still have Cryptic. We can't get them below 19. I do want to... Actually, no. This will give us Death Touch. So, yeah. We definitely play this. And we pass. Because we don't need the 7th land untapped. I feel pretty safe. I feel pretty safe with this Quaddle. They're going to bolt me. I think I'll let this bolt resolve. Like, we're still at 8. There's nothing that they can play that would kill us, so I think that's fine. Okay, this is the one we want to counter. Leaving open, I guess, like, remand. We could just counter this and draw. Yeah. We drew path, so we actually have a win now. Because we can path our own guy. I would have to do it now. Yeah, I think I actually do that. If they have another bolt and they bolt this. So the path actually, pathing my own guy came up. We can't play that, but that's fine. So now we have 6 mountains. We have six triggers twice, so we're fine. Yeah, just like play this tapped. Cast this card. And we get there. Yeah, so that's kind of why, like, for the Prowess deck, they kept like a very burn heavy hand, but their hand didn't their draw didn't kill till like turn 6, like turn 5, turn 6, so I think they went to 6 though, so maybe that's defensible. All right. Against Prowess, we're going to board in all our life gain. It's very similar to Burn. Possibly we want that also. I don't know about the forces. Or the veto. Remand's kind of slow, but it hits Bedlam Reveler, which is pretty good. So Drawn is too slow. Acid Moss is too slow. I guess Verdict doesn't hit the... Verdict, yeah, Anger might not kill their guys, so let's not board it in. I like to Fairy. This is probably too ambitious. We probably don't need that. Yeah, I think we go with this. I like this. I think on the play I might put Remand back in the deck, but... Sorry. But this is fine. We get another BTL hand. So the last league we played, there was a lot of hands that Astrolabe let us keep. But this league, we've had a lot of hands we've had to mulligan. They kept... This hand is pretty bad again. We have to keep it, though. Probably bottom a Huntmaster. Although maybe I'm just supposed to bottom Bring to Light and just try to curve. We draw the Astrolabe, but now we don't have the snow land. Let's play this. Yeah, so I think I know what I want to do to like update the list after this league. I have an idea what I want to do. They have 2 Soulscar Mages, but no lands. I don't know why they didn't attack. We unfortunately did not draw a land or a playable spell. Crash through. I don't know what they're doing. They missed a point last turn. Okay. We hit the land. I definitely think we just Teferi this turn. It just slows them down like a lot. We can Huntmaster next turn, or we can just play Astrolabe. Yeah, they're just not hitting lands. I guess we win this game if they don't hit lands. I think if they hit lands though, I think we lost. So I think it's important to get 2 blockers here, because we're just gonna like BTL and like clear the board next turn. If they attack, I think green, white, green, red, blue, white. So yeah, we could BTL for like I boarded in Verdict. No, I didn't board in Anger. Yeah. We could just get the Verdict here. This will also force them to play a spell. I could double. Give me 1 second. Sorry, my dog just started like howling, and I just had to make sure he was okay. And apparently we won the game. So, okay. Dog howling equals opponent scooping. Cool. So we get the 4-1. Definitely a lot we could take away from this league. Before I make the changes, I just want to say that if you guys are enjoying the content, make sure to leave a follow here. Everything will be uploaded to YouTube, so check me out there. And I'm going to post everything on Twitter too, so All of those, good stuff. But now, let's see how we can fix this deck. So that league, a lot of hands we had to mulligan that we kind of wanted to fix by playing Astrolabe. So Astrolabe didn't really like solve the issues that we were having. So I think it's correct to go up a land. It's also a lot of the hands we either were missing green or missing blue. So I think we probably want to add the second Heath to the deck. As far as what we're cutting, I was impressed by Helix. So we played against Grixis Urza, Dredge twice, Prison, and Prowess. Again, kind of a small sample size, but given that, maybe putting like a couple rest in pieces back on the board might be good, but it is a commitment. It's tough because like we want to have these tutor targets, but it's tough to like the deck is already at so many cards. It's tough to cut things. Again, like I kind of want to try a list without path, but we're kind of low on answers to creatures. If we do, it did come up once that we had to path our own guy to get up to enough lands to kill the opponent, but I think we were still winning that game anyways. So maybe we just like cut the path. Then we have like no 1-mana answers though, which might be tough. I just really love Teferi. Like I think the card's excellent. It does a lot of different roles in the deck. We didn't play against any like grindier decks, like especially like against Urza. It really limited their options. All right, we're good. Again, it kind of comes down to can you like is your mana working? Because if your mana works, I think this deck is amazing. It's just we're playing a 4-color mana base and we're trying to get like this card to help it. So I don't know what that means. Like the issue is having 1-mana interactions like fairly good against all of the aggro or like combo decks like Storm, Devoted Druid, Burn. But I mean, having Helix just like is insane against Burn. Death Shadow Path is good. Maybe there's just not enough decks right now that you need Bolt or Path. My dog found its way into my room. What's up? So, I don't know. Maybe I just don't like Path in this deck, given we have Quaddle. So I think I could experiment just cutting it and just playing Helixes. Gives us like another green source for being able to keep hands with green. And we have another like snow basic for Astrolabe. And then the board, it's kind of like, do you want to respect the graveyard decks by playing Rest in Peace or no? Against like post-ban Dredge, I think Rest in Peace is amazing because before they could like basically go off on turn 2 and you die, but now they're less likely to have like a bunch of things in play by turn 2. So having Rest in Peace is really good. It's just, do you lose too much from the board? You probably have to cut like a Veil of Summer, maybe Pia. So you're losing in like the grindier matchups, but you gain against like Dredge and like Urza specifically. Again, the hardest part about playing this deck is how do you build your deck? It is definitely like the most important decisions you make are before the tournament. Recipes is also good against Gift Storm, so it kind of helps us a bit there. Is there enough decks that warrant Rest in Peace? It's fine against Jund too, like shutting off their Ren and 6 and their Goyfs and their Oozes. It just makes them like a lot slower. But other than that, there isn't that many decks that actually use the graveyard now. It's also fine against Hardened Scales. I guess we need to see. First off, this is a good like. idea of, do we need recipes against Dredge? And I think the answer is yes. Like, even though we won a match, like, and we did like multiply both games, I think we might be behind. So I could kind of see wanting Rest in Peace. And we then fortunately have to cut some grindy cards for them. Something has to go. It might be this fry. Like, I don't know how many things we're actually frying. It's like, you can fry Urza, you can fry Urza, you can fry Teferi out of Stoneblade. Other than, I guess you can fry a Baral. I guess like either Dork out of the Storm deck. There's not that much to fry though. It's good against like the Stoneforge decks. But they don't have that many targets. I have really been liking I've been liking both of these cards, but it's like what do you want to beat, or what do you want to be set up well against? And it's tough like fixing all of the matchups that are kind of bad. I like having Veto in this version. I don't know if I would play, if I play 60 card Astrolabe, would I want Veto? It might be just cutting these. And then I kind of want to build, let's see how we would build 60 card. I would play another league, but it's already like 11:15 and I have class tomorrow morning, so I think I'm just going to try to tune this, and then we're going to go live tomorrow. So 60 card, it would have to be like cut a land, maybe cut an Astrolabe. Cut a land, cut an Astrolabe. Cut a Cryptic. Maybe. And maybe it's a Fairy. Again, then we're kind of low on like answers though. I don't want to be too low. It's just tough. It's really tough to build this deck. I think I'm going to work on it before tomorrow. I mean, we still won a bunch. Like we're winning even though the list isn't optimal, which means either we're getting extremely lucky, which this league we kind of got a bit lucky, but or like the deck's actually very good, and it's just how do you want to build it. So I think given that, let me update the score. Given that, I'm still excited to keep working on this deck, and I still think that 2 lands. I guess if we go down to 60, maybe we can get 2 lands. Yeah, I feel like 25 is just too low on 60 cards, and 26 is too low on 64. Like, we could cut the 2 Heath. I feel like even now, like, the thing is, Teferi isn't necessarily, like a kill spell. That's the problem. Because against, like, Devoted Druid or, like, Burn, not necessarily Burn, Devoted Druid, Storm, like, this won't come down before they combo off. So, should I really count this as, like, a removal spell? Maybe I'd actually cut it to Fairy for a path. I don't love it, but I think it just might be too necessary. I do really like Teferi, though. It's just something has to go. And given we have more Cryptics to bounce things, maybe we don't need as many Teferi to bounce things. So yeah, maybe I'll try, like, we could try this. Tomorrow I might try to do 2 leagues, like one with 60, one with 64, if they don't run too late. Since I do want to see, like, you know, what version is doing good. I still don't know about these Rest in Peace. Again, you really don't want to run them because they are very narrow, but if you run into Dredge, like those games, if you have them, I think you just win. Because, like, I don't think they're boarding in, they're not boarding in, like, anything for us. And then it's like, for 60 with Astrolabe, maybe we cut, like, it's like that game, like, I don't think Baloth first off is good against Dredge. I didn't even board it in. Like, they just go over the top of you. I just don't see that. Like, those games, they just put a bunch of power in play. They chilled us. A 4/4 wouldn't have really done anything. And most of those games we didn't even have like get to 4 mana. Like, we're just dead before then. Like, they just have an insurmountable board. So maybe it's like cut these. Why do I suck, kid? Hey, Joey. I just don't think like that's our way to beat Dredge. So we got all the Oceanus guys in the stream. What's up? Just tuning the deck before I go off stream for about 2 hours. Hey. Maybe this is 61. What would I cut from this? We still have to cut another card. Hey, Joey. Juked. Thank you for the subscription. I unfortunately did not change my thing yet, my notification, but thanks so much. I will have that done by next stream. That's awesome. Rip. Maybe I should have said that before. It's because I just like I wanted to start streaming this week, but it's gonna be cool, but it's gonna be cool tomorrow. That's all I can say. Maybe I just go down to 3 cryptics. Maybe I'll try something like this tomorrow. That's this weekend, actually, on Sunday. So yeah, this weekend I have a paper MCQ on Saturday, which will most likely be playing some version of this deck. Then on Sunday, I will be competing at Esports Central here in Montreal for an arena tournament. So that should be very fun. Unfortunately, it's the last weekend of the standard, so everything's rotating, and it's tough to really test for it. So we're just gonna kind of play our standard Scapeshift deck and hope it's good. Oops. And then the board. Maybe I'll try playing Rest in Pieces and cut like these, maybe. Something like this. All right, I think I'm going to head off. It's about 11:30. Got school in the morning. So we're going to be back on tomorrow, I think around probably after dinner, like 7, 8 o'clock-ish. And I could try to do 2 leagues. Thanks Mantax B20 and Juked for the subs. Really appreciate it. Gonna fix that tomorrow. Again, for anybody who wants to, keep up with my content, check me out on Twitter, where I post when I go live. Leave me a follow here. And all my leagues are going to be uploaded to YouTube, so a lot of awesome content coming. You're going to still work on this deck. I think that it's really good, and it just comes down to how do you want to build it. Is there anything else? I think that's it. All right, so gonna head out. Thanks again, everyone, for tuning in. We got the 4-1 today. Good start to the week. Let's see how we can. Let's see if we can keep it going into the weekend. And yeah, stay tuned. Probably about like 7:30, 8 o'clock, something like that tomorrow. So yeah, take care, everybody.